Part 1, The Spark Ignites in Pine Hollow. The wind whipped through Pine Hollow, Virginia, a rugged speck of a town nestled in the Shenandoah Valley, where the Blue Ridge Mountains loomed like silent sentinels over a patchwork of faded barns and sleepy streets. It was Friday night, and the air buzzed with the growl of motorcycles as the Stone Reapers MC rolled into town, their leather cuts emblazoned with jagged insignias, their eyes glinting with the thrill of chaos. To them, this was just another backwater to flex their muscle, a place where a cruel stunt could pass for entertainment. Their target? A police K9 they spotted on patrol, a Belgian Malinois named Titan, whose sleek frame and sharp gaze marked him as more than a typical cop dog. They thought beating him down would be a laugh, a twisted Friday night thrill. But as their chains swung and boots thudded against Titan's ribs in a dark alley off 4th Street, they didn't know they'd just lit a match under Sergeant Samantha, Sam, Reed, a former military K9 handler who'd spent 15 years hunting terrorists through war zones, now a Pine Hollow cop with a predator's instincts and a partner who'd die for her. That sadistic moment of fun was about to become their worst nightmare. Sam stood in the crisp morning frost at Pine Hollow K9 training yard, her breath fogging the air as she ran Titan through his drills. At 38, she bore the marks of a life in combat, scars crisscrossing her arms from an IED in Kandahar, her dark hair streaked with gray from sleepless nights chasing shadows. She'd traded desert sands for Virginia's quiet hills 5 years ago, joining the police force to train K9 units and raise her 16-year-old niece, Riley, after her sister's overdose. Titan moved like liquid steel across the obstacle course, leaping tires, weaving poles, his tan and black coat catching the dawn light, his focus a mirror of Sam's own. "Perfect, Titan," she murmured, her voice steady with the calm of a soldier who'd seen hell and walked out sharper. Her hand brushed the badge pinned to her Navy uniform, a reminder of the oath she'd taken twice, once for country, once for this town. Captain Jack Hensley ambled over from the precinct office, a steaming coffee mug in hand, his weathered face etched with the strain of a small-town cop stretched thin. "Early as ever, Sam," he said, nodding at Titan's final run. "How's he shaping up?" "Better every day," Sam replied, watching Titan vault a barrier with surgical precision. "That new detection pattern's locking in, he's sniffing out decoys like they're neon signs." Jack's nod turned grim. "Good, 'cause we need it. Stone Reapers are creeping closer, 3rd sighting this week. They're getting cocky, pushing into our turf." Sam's hazel eyes narrowed as Titan trotted back, his ears flicking up. "They're testing us, stay clear of police routes for now, but keep sharp. Something's shifting." The morning unfolded with routine patrols, Sam and Titan cruising Pine Hollow's quiet streets in her marked SUV. Checking the usual haunts, the gas station where teens loitered, the diner where truckers swapped gossip, the alleyways where shadows lingered too long. They stopped at Dr. Lena Torres's vet clinic for Titan's checkup, the air thick with antiseptic and wet fur. "Blood works pristine," Lena reported, flipping through charts, her warm brown eyes meeting Sam's. "Whatever you're doing with him, keep it up, he's a machine." Sam scratched Titan's ears, his tail thumping once, a rare break in his focus. 15 years of sweat, she said, but her mind snagged on the roar of bikes echoing outside. Too close for comfort. Officer Kate Harper's voice crackled over the radio that afternoon. "Sam, got Stone Reapers activity near the warehouse district, bikes circling, no moves yet." Sam and Titan rolled out, but the scene was cold by the time they arrived, just tire tracks cutting through mud and cigarette butts smoldering in the dirt. "They're timing us," Sam muttered, watching Titan sniff the ground, his nose twitching at faint traces. That evening, on their last patrol, Titan's head snapped up near Marina Street, his growl low and urgent. Sam followed him into a narrow alley, trusting the instincts that had saved her life in Kabul a dozen times. Motorcycle engines rumbled off brick walls, too close, too deliberate. Central, this is K9-7, possible suspicious activity near 4th and Marina, she radioed, her hand steady on her mic. What came next was a gut punch. Rounding the corner, Sam saw them, 5 stone reapers surrounding a trembling homeless man. Their laughter sharp as broken glass. Titan barked once, a warning shot, and their heads swiveled. Well, looky here, sneered Marcus Rattler Kane, the gang's enforcer, his shaved head gleaming under a street lamp. His rap sheet flashing through Sam's mind, assault, extortion, a ghost in every briefing. Little lady cop and her mutt. Sam's voice cut through the chill, step away, now. The homeless man bolted, but the biker's focus locked on her, their grins feral. Always wanted to see if these police dogs are tough, Rattler said, cracking his knuckles. Sam's hand hovered near her radio. But they lunged, chains swinging, boots flying, aiming for Titan. Chaos erupted. Titan sprang forward, placing himself between Sam and the threat, his military precision slicing through their sloppy attack, dodging a chain. Snapping at a leg, forcing them back. Sam's calls for backup drowned in their jeers as one biker filmed, his phone glinting like a trophy. Titan fought like a storm, snarling. Weaving, but they'd planned this, corralling him with brutal glee. When backup screeched in, tires smoking, the reapers peeled out, leaving Titan bleeding but unbowed, his tan fur matted red. His eyes blazing defiance. At Lena's clinic, Sam watched her patch him up, her hands trembling. He'll pull through, Lena said, wrapping wounds, but Sam, they targeted him. This was no accident. Detective Nick Brody stormed in, his face carved with fury. We'll get M, this hits AK-9, it's war. Sam cut him off, her voice ice cold, honed from years tracking high-value targets. No. Nick. I'll find them. They just picked the wrong fight. As Titan rested, Sam sat in her SUV outside, replaying the video the Reapers posted, taunting, bragging. Fun with a cop dog. They captioned it, their laughter a knife in her gut. Jack found her there, maps of Reaper territory spread across the dash. I know that look, Sam, you're hunting. They didn't just hurt a dog. Captain, she said, her hazel eyes glinting like steel. They attacked my partner, an officer. By the book? Jack sighed, knowing her too well. By the book. But they both understood, this was personal. The Stone Reapers thought they'd taught Pine Hollow a lesson. Instead, they'd unleashed a predator who'd spent half her life dismantling empires deadlier than theirs. The war for Pine Hollow had begun. All because some bikers thought torturing AK-9 was a game. They were about to learn how wrong they were. Part 2, The Hunt begins in shadows. 3 days after the alley ambush. Pine Hollow simmered under a gray Virginia sky, the Blue Ridge Mountains brooding over a town on edge. The Stone Reapers MC had drawn blood, and their viral video, taunting Sergeant Samantha, Sam, Reed and her wounded Belgian Malinois. Titan, spread like wildfire, a middle finger to every cop in the county. At Dr. Lena Torres's vet clinic, Sam stood by Titan's kennel, her scarred hands clenched as he lay recovering. His tan and black coat patched with bandages, his dark eyes tracking her every move. He'd taken a beating, cracked ribs, gashes from chains, but his spirit burned fierce, a mirror to the fire igniting in Sam. Lab results are back, Lena said, shutting the door, her voice tight. Found ketamine in his blood, military-grade tranquilizer, the kind we used for high-value captures in Iraq. Sam's jaw tightened, her mind flashing to Kandahar, dusty nights, silent hunts, enemies drugged and bagged. Street thugs don't get that stuff, she said, pulling out her phone. Showing Lena grainy footage she'd scrounged from nearby cameras. Look at their formation, tactical containment, not random chaos. This was a hit. Detective Nick Brody strode in. A thick file under his arm, his lean frame tense. "You're right, Sam. Backgrounds on those bikers, 3 are ex-military, special forces washouts. They're building something bigger than a gang." Officer Kate Harper followed, her patrol cap shadowing worried eyes. "Found this, crime scene pics from neighboring counties. Same pattern, police K9s targeted, cases stalled. Written off as gang scraps." Sam studied the photos, bloodied dogs, tire tracks, cigarette butts, a chilling echo of Titan's attack. "Someone's protecting them," Nick growled. Flipping pages. These should have sparked a task force months ago. Titan's ears perked, a faint whine escaping as Lieutenant Daniel Voss from Internal Affairs knocked and entered. His polished shoes clicking on tile, his gray eyes scanning the room like a hawk. "Sergeant Reed, quite the party," he said, studying Titan's bandages with a calculated tilt of his head. "Interesting case. Several officers reported radio glitches that night, delayed backups. Almost like someone knew you'd be there." Sam met his gaze, testing the waters. "In my experience, Lieutenant, street gangs don't pull tactical maneuvers, or score military tranks." Voss nodded, a flicker of alliance in his stare. "Be careful who you trust, Sergeant. Some investigations dig deeper than they seem." After he left, Nick spread Reaper territory maps across a table. "They've tripled their turf in 6 months, no pushback from rival gangs, no heat from us. Protected." Kate added. "But why? They're just bikers." Sam watched Titan struggle to his feet, his training overriding pain. "No, they're not. That hit wasn't random, it was a test, gauging a K9 unit's response to a coordinated strike." Lena's computer pinged, police scanners buzzing with Reaper bikes roaring past the clinic, their timing a blatant taunt. "They're cocky," Nick said, peering out. "No," Sam corrected. Strapping on her tactical vest, they're claiming dominance, showing they can move free. The warehouse district loomed that night, a maze of rusting steel and shadowed lots where Pine Hollow's edges bled into the wild. Sam parked her SUV on a ridge, her military instincts kicking in, scope trained on Reaper movements, Titan's steady breathing beside her despite his wounds. "They're moving something big," she whispered into her radio. Nick's voice crackled, "Box trucks, cargo vans, not their usual haul." Kate chimed in, "Shift change at the precinct, 30 minutes, skeleton crew. Too many sick calls." Sam's mind clicked, patterns from Afghanistan, insurgents testing defenses before a push. "Weapons," she said. "They're running guns, using gang colors as cover." Lena patched in from the clinic, satellite shows heavy activity, multiple vehicles converging. Sam checked Titan's vest, his eyes locked on hers. "Stay, partner," she ordered softly. "This is recon, hunt smart, not hard." He obeyed, but his tense frame screamed readiness. Sam slipped into the shadows, her boots silent on damp asphalt, filming Reaper sentries, too precise. Too disciplined for bikers. She spotted an old machine shop on Harbor Street, its abandoned sign a lie against the hum of generators. "Blueprints, Nick," she radioed. "Patrol patterns. Kate, last month's logs." Back at the clinic, Titan's whine greeted her as she briefed the team. "They've got police protection, someone's coordinating," she said, spreading intel across a table, "routes. Power spikes, a web tightening around Pine Hollow." Nick frowned. "This deep?" "Deeper," Sam replied, her voice ablade. "They hit Titan to flex, but they've exposed their hand. I hunted worse in war zones, they're next. The Reapers thought they'd scared a cop. They just awakened a tracker who'd topple their empire, one precise step at a time. Part 3, Flames of Revelation. Pine Hollow, Virginia, trembled under a week of tension, the Blue Ridge Mountains a silent jury over a town unraveling. The Stone Reapers MC had drawn first blood, brutalizing Sergeant Samantha, Sam, Reed's K-9 partner. Titan, and now they struck again, Dr. Lena Torres's clinic erupting in flames at 3 a.m., when Pine Hollow slept and response lagged. Fire devoured the building, orange tongues licking the night sky. Patient records and equipment reduced to ash. Sam stood with Lena on the smoldering lot, her scarred hands clenched as Titan nosed through rubble, his tan and black coat streaked with soot. His injuries healing but his focus razor-sharp. "It's all gone," Lena whispered, her voice breaking. Sam studied the fire's precision, multiple ignition points, accelerants placed like a pro. "Not random," she said. "They knew what they were doing, targeted evidence." Captain Jack Hensley arrived with crime scene units, his face grim. "Insurance denied, criminal activity exclusion." Someone pulled strings. Kate Harper's text buzzed Sam's phone, "Chief's calling an emergency meeting, city council's in. They're isolating us." Titan barked, guiding them to a melted safe, inside. Lena's files on Titan's attack, blood tests showing military-grade ketamine, half-charred but damning. "They missed something," Sam said, revealing a hidden camera she'd rigged post-warehouse recon. "Caught it all, Reapers in tactical formation, arson like clockwork. And this," she zoomed in, a city vehicle overseeing the blaze, Councilman Eric Wade's plates clear as day. Lieutenant Daniel Voss stepped up, his internal affairs badge glinting. "Chief's launching an investigation into you, Sam, claims you're harassing legitimate businessmen. Reapers are now city partners in a development push." At the station, Chief Paul Grayson faced Sam in a packed briefing room, his silver hair slicked back, his voice oily with authority. "Your obsession with the Reapers is tanking this department." He barked, officers shifting uneasily. "Wild accusations, weapons trafficking, corruption." Sam slapped warehouse photos on the table, military rifles, diplomatic SUVs, Reaper sentries in tactical stances. "Evidence, Chief. Professional teams under MC colors." Grayson sneered, "Unauthorized surveillance, badge and gun, Reed. You're suspended." The room tensed, but Voss strode in with federal agents. His voice cutting through, "Chief Grayson, we've got questions about your bank accounts." Chaos erupted, feds seized files, Grayson's empire cracking as Sam reclaimed her badge. Her hazel eyes blazing. That night, Sam's K-9 facility became a war room, Lena setting up a makeshift clinic, Titan pacing, fully healed and combat ready. "They'll hit harder," Lena warned, stitching a stray dog's paw. "Reapers, corrupt cops, whoever's behind it." Sam checked her gear, maps glowing under a lamp. "Let them. They think military training makes them untouchable, I've hunted worse." Nick spread intel, construction contracts fast-tracked tomorrow, council's rushing it before feds dig deeper. Voss added, "Too late, evidence is out. They hit Titan to test us. But they've exposed a network." Sam watched Titan's ears flick, his growl low as Reaper bikes roared in the distance, a taunt, a promise. "They don't get it," she said, her voice steel. "This isn't police work anymore, it's a hunt. And I've got their scent." Part 4, The Predator Strikes. Midnight draped Pine Hollow, Virginia, in a shroud of mist, the Blue Ridge Mountains a dark wall against a town teetering on collapse. The Stone Reapers MC launched their boldest move, 12 bikes and 3 SUVs encircling Sergeant Samantha, Sam, Reed's K-9 facility, their engines snarling like a pack closing in. Tactical teams in black gear slipped through shadows, their precision screaming ex-military. Sam watched from her security hub, her scarred hands steady on controls, Titan at her side, tan and black fur taut with readiness. His tactical vest loaded with custom gear. "They're not hiding anymore," Nick Brody radioed, counting hostiles. Kate Harper's voice crackled, "City streets blocked, maintenance vehicles. Inside job." Lena Torres tracked thermal feeds, multiple teams, military-grade tech. Sam checked Titan's focus, her voice calm as a sniper's breath, "Just like we planned, let M think they're winning." Reaper leader Victor, Viper, Slade's voice boomed through a loudspeaker, "Last chance, Reed, walk away, retire quiet." Sam patched into their frequency, "Funny, Viper, your warehouse flop says otherwise. Tell me about those rifles, military theft ring?" A pause, then Marcus, Rattler, Kane's Fury, "Burned your vet's place, we'll torch this too, with you inside." Sam smirked. "Try it." The assault hit like a storm, flashbangs bursting, smoke choking corridors as teams breached multiple points. But Sam had prepped for this, sensors tripped, jamming their night vision, turning their tech against them. Titan moved like a ghost, disabling comms with surgical strikes, his training a blade through their chaos. "Team 1's dark," a Reaper barked. Panic creeping in. "She's in our gear." Sam's voice echoed, "You fight like soldiers, predictable." Viper ordered a retreat to the main building, textbook consolidation, exactly as Sam planned. Federal choppers buzzed in, 5 minutes out, as Titan herded stragglers into traps. Nick shouted, dropped phone, texts about weapons, construction deals, international banks. Sam grinned coldly. "Links M to the top." Viper's SUV peeled out, but evidence piled, crates of rifles, serial numbers tying to a base heist. "They're running to someone bigger," Sam said, Titan's growl a promise of pursuit. Part 5, Empire's End in Dawn's Light. Dawn broke over Pine Hollow, Virginia, the Blue Ridge Mountains bathed in gold as federal agents swarmed Fort Grayson, a nearby military base turned corruption's heart. Sergeant Samantha, Sam, Reed had tracked the Stone Reapers MC to their source, Colonel Henry Voss and Senator Charles Drayton, masterminds of a weapons trafficking ring spanning continents. Sam breached the base with Titan, his tan and black form a blur through defenses, exposing crates of prototype rifles and files linking military logistics to international cartels. They tested M on the Reapers, Sam radioed Nick, securing evidence as choppers landed. Viper's bikes clashed with Feds in a last stand, but their empire crumbled, Drayton's jet grounded. Voss cuffed, billions in assets seized. A week later, Pine Hollow rebuilt, Lena's clinic rose anew, Titan trained recruits, his scars a badge of honor. Congressional hearings aired the rot, military commanders. Politicians, all exposed by Sam's hunt. "They hurt my partner," she told Jack, watching Titan guide a pup. "Thought it'd scare us. Instead, it ended M." The Reapers dissolved. Their pawns turning state's evidence, corruption gutted from Virginia to DC. Sam and Titan stood on the training field, sunrise glinting off his vest, a handler and her dog who'd turned one cruel night into justice's dawn. Proving no one escapes a predator who hunts with purpose. Life lessons from the story. Never underestimate the quiet fighter. Sam Reed, a scarred vet turned small-town cop, looks like an easy target, until her military-honed skills and Titan's ferocity dismantle the Stone Reapers MC. The lesson? Don't judge strength by the surface. America's toughest heroes often hide in plain sight, ready to strike when provoked. Loyalty forges unbreakable bonds. Titan takes a beating for Sam but fights on. And she risks everything to avenge him. Together, they topple a criminal empire. Loyalty isn't just a word, it's a weapon that binds partners, human or canine, into a force no enemy can break. Cunning outlasts brute force. The Reaper's muscle and military gear crumble against Sam's traps and Titan's precision. Brains beat brawn, strategy born in Virginia's hills and war zones proves that outsmarting your foe is the real path to victory. Expose the shadows to win. From biker thugs to corrupt senators, the Reaper's web thrives in secrecy, until Sam's evidence blows it open. Evil festers in the dark, shine a light on it. And it falls apart, a call to every American to dig for truth. Courage turns pain into power. Sam doesn't flinch when Titans attacked, she hunts, turning grief into a weapon that guts corruption. Courage isn't fearless, it's fighting through the hurt, a Virginia grit that echoes the nation's backbone. Unity is a wall against chaos. Sam's win isn't solo, Nick, Kate, Lena. And Pine Hollow's everyday folks back her, breaking the Reaper's reign. Alone, you're a target, together, you're a fortress, small-town America's strength in action. Truth is the sharpest blade. The Reaper's empire, built on lies, guns, and dirty deals, collapses under Sam's photos, files, and Titan's scars. Truth cuts deeper than steel, wield it right, and justice roars like a Shenandoah storm. Pride precedes the fall. The Reaper's swagger, attacking Titan, torching clinics, exposes their network to feds and rivals. Overreach too far, and you dig your own grave, a lesson etched in America's history of humbled tyrants. Hey, American warriors and justice junkies, Sam and Titan just showed us how to take down the bad guys with grit and a growl. Which lesson fires you up most? Drop it in the comments. Did Sam's smarts or Titan's loyalty hit you hardest? Got a story where you turned the tables on a bully? Spill it, we're all about that fight. Smash that like if you'd ride with Sam's crew. And subscribe for more epic battles, next one's gonna shake the rafters. Hit the bell so you're first in line, and shout out, who's the Titan in your life keeping you strong? Let's keep Pine Hollow's fire burning, talk to us now. These lessons tap into America's core, rugged resilience, fierce loyalty, and a hunger for justice. Sam's a Virginia badass, Titan's a four-legged patriot, and their story's a fist pump for anyone who's fought back against the odds. The call to action hooks viewers with personal stakes, your tales, your heroes, and bold prompts like, subscribe, comment, sparking a community around Pine Hollow's stand. It's a rally cry for the tough, the true, and the tenacious, perfect for Americans who cheer the underdog and crave a win with teeth. Want more engagement ideas? Let me know.